We're the Nat. I'm Lisa.
I'm Jeffrey.
And we're the New American Travelers.
And we just kind of want this is our first video today, and this is going to be kind of our
new beginnings
of what took place. Talk a little bit about ourselves. This will be our first video, basically.
You just said that.
It's okay. We're gonna screw up quite a bit, probably. We're gonna screw up. This took us a couple of months to get to put together and with all the
figure
equipment.
out what we're gonna do.
Figure out what we're gonna do. But we're originally both from California. Lived in a few other states. Been married for how many years? Always the wife tells you the exact years.
Hey,
so.
We've been together almost 18 years, but we've been married 15.
15 years. So, and we have children that we've raised. Used to go camping a lot. We did a lot of what they call primitive camping back in the day. I didn't even know they called it back in the day, primitive camping.
Hey, we just thought it tent camping.
You know, we used to have a Dodge pickup. We threw all our stuff in, and we just head for the mountains and Sierras into California.
And we had 4 kids with us.
4 kids. So, you know.
4.
How we became the New American Travelers is just basically over the years we've moved to quite different places. We've lived in Hawaii. We lived in California.
Pulling up roots and going somewhere new is not new to us, but
right. I mean, we've done a lot of different states. Now we're currently living in Florida in an RV on the road, traveling to different locations. Today is a beautiful day outside in Florida. It's nice and cool this morning. We've been add. What do you want to add into it? I mean,
you were talking. I was just waiting for you.
Yeah, just butt in.
No, we've actually.
Because you do every other time. That's what difference.
You really, hey. No, we've actually traveled quite a bit on vacations and stuff like that. We actually drove all the way from Central California, all the way down to the Baja, and spent 12 days in Cabo San Lucas.
Right.
And that was with 2 2-year-olds and a 15-year-old. Right. Which was very entertaining. It
was interesting, say the least. It was
so
very
traveling is not something that's new to us because we've traveled a lot.
It's just a little easier now that we're older. We only have one child left at home.
And we take her home with us.
The personal home back here. She's 17. She'll be 18 this year. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, due to COVID, we decided after I was let go at my last job that we'd go ahead and take some money we had and invest into an RV trailer, which you see behind us. But we'll get more into that later. Okay, folks, after 15 minutes of arguing, we're back on.
Not 15 minutes, but hey.
It seems like 15 minutes. Anytime you argue, it's the time goes slower than it does when you're having fun.
That's life. That's what happens when you're
24
hours a day, 7 days a week together because of all this COVID goodness.
Yeah, I mean, COVID really shot us in the arm as far as what we had to do with our lives. We had to basically dissolve everything.
We lived in a 1,800 square foot home. Townhouse in Riverview, Florida, which is just below Tampa. And when all this COVID hit, it pretty much slapped us in the face and took everything away. But because we're very resilient and we're very smart about things and how we do things, we were able to liquidate all of everything and start all over again. And
we were never the type of people that hoarded, stuff. I mean, our garages, all the houses I've owned, our garages were just spotless. Everything was stacked up. Anything we don't use,
we got rid of.
We got rid of. I always said, if you don't touch it in 6 months, you don't need it. So, other than Christmas stuff, okay, I'm not going to go there.
Technically, we're not minimalists because we definitely still had a lot.
A lot of stuff.
But
it
was stuff we actually
used.
We didn't just pack boxes and throw it in the garage. Yeah. So we had to clear it all out and start all over again.
Yeah, which we've done many times. I mean, we did that even going to Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
I resigned from a 15-year management position in California with a company, and we decided to go to Hawaii and basically start all over again. And we sold everything out.
Which was definitely an adventure.
And it was different. I mean, Hawaii was a beautiful place.
Beautiful place.
And
definitely what I would say culture shock.
Yeah, I mean, it was, it's definitely different. I mean, the people there are a little bit different because they're on an island.
They live a whole different lifestyle.
They everything's Hawaiian time. But
we've lived in a lot of states, and I've never met people that were so just.
It was just whatever. It didn't really matter. I mean, it's just like every day was whenever I get there type of thing. So,
yeah.
But that's Hawaii, and we did that for a little over a year.
We got questioned quite often. How long are you guys visiting? We live here.
We live here
because they're so relaxed there that it's like. Well, I don't know, just a totally different.
To see somebody in a collared shirt is like rare. I wear a lot of collared shirts, and they always thought I was visiting, but because most of them are just T-shirts that are all ragged out, and things like that, with flip flops, and just being.
We were actually on the Big Island, and so the Big Island was there's like you got Kona and you got Hilo, but there's no like big city like they have in Honolulu, and so everybody's like chill. I mean, hang loose was definitely their motto.
Yeah, and we had we brought over one car, so we ended up staying on the Hilo side for a few weeks before we found a residence that we could rent.
In Pahoa.
Beautiful little place. Think about Hawaii homes. They don't have air conditioning.
No dishwasher.
No dishwashers. It's catchment water.
No city water.
It's a lot of things to learn. There's no city water. Electricity is extremely high, and food's extremely expensive because it's all having to be shipped in from the mainland or overseas. So anyway, we basically had to have a job, so I ended up having to buy a trailer and build an entire food wagon.
A makeshift caboose is what it was.
Well, it wasn't even that.
It was an attempt to be a caboose, and they were remodeling it to something else that they were trying to do a coffee wagon.
Spent a ton of money in it to get it started up, and
the UPS guy was so jealous. He would always, can I look inside? Can I look inside? Yeah, every time he delivered something. And here's the other thing too. Remember, you're on an island, and they don't have everything. No. And so you have to ship a lot of stuff in. You have to get a
lot of things shipped in, wait for it.
And wait for it.
Wait for it.
And wait some more.
And wait for it. And you do a lot of these figuring out where people are selling, what online area they're selling things at, because a lot of people have stuff to sell because they're coming and going to Hawaii constantly.
Oh, yeah.
So basically we did that for a little over a year, and then we decided to pack our bags up again and
throw the dart at the map and head to Florida.
Yeah, we sold our food wagon, which was the nicest one on the whole island. I spent a ton of money on it.
A ton of money. And a ton of time.
I worked it all. I mean, bruises, cuts, and everything.
Aluminum walls are not your friend.
Yeah, stainless steel, aluminum, all that stuff. I mean, it was interesting. I did it, but when we sold it to one of the big, large areas of a company that's well known here in the United States. I'll just say this: they make soup and a lot of other things. One
of the sons and a buddy of him, I guess, had a restaurant.
Yeah, and they wanted a food wagon. They liked the one that I built, so they
wanted to be able to cater.
So they bought it, and then we decided that was it for us. We packed our bags, and we almost missed our flight, which was really
they were sitting there waiting for us.
They kept on calling Hawkins family, Hawkins family 3.
I don't know what I was thinking.
She thought one time.
The clock said, the ticket said be here at 10 o'clock. I was thinking, okay, we can show up about 9:30.
Right.
Not thinking you have to be there at least a couple hours before. So we decided to go to Denny's, and inside Denny's is like 50 billion people.
We had a couple of friends with us, that's why.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to Denny's, and
it took forever. Slow. They were so slow. We got drinks and left.
But it's just because it was slow because they were crowded. It was not because they were slow.
No, they were very crowded. Very crowded.
Very a lot of people.
But as soon as we drove up, opened up the doors, they're like screaming, "Are you the Hawkins?" We're like, "Yeah." $200 later, they got our bags onto the plane, and then we.
Yeah, I had to pay extra to get everything put on ASAP. so we can get on the plane, and we ended up having seats because it was just a first come first served basis. Our seats were right in front of the restroom.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting flight all the way
10 hours
back.
later.
Yeah. So it was
definitely interesting.
Yeah. But
so then,
and that brought us to our decision process was to move to Florida. We got to Florida, and I think we went about 60 days because we actually settled in Lakeland.
Now we got here and I booked us a hotel for 7 days in Orlando.
Right, but
then
we settled in to Lakeland.
We turned around and then we decided we'll hit Lakeland because it's in between Orlando and it's in between Tampa.
I figured if I get a job at each one of those sites, it'll be fine. So.
And so we went and stayed in a hotel for another 7 days till we can find an apartment.
Yep.
And it didn't take long after that.
No.
You got a job?
I got a job about within 30 days with a big company, a family-owned company, and worked for them for 5 years until the COVID experience, I'll call it that.
That just kind of hit everybody a little bit hard and scared everybody a whole lot.
The company I was in, they decided to make a lot of cuts, afraid that they were going to have to make a lot of cuts because of the COVID thing, and they didn't want to go under.
Well, and you don't know what to expect. I mean, when was the last time anybody in our country has experienced a pandemic?
Yeah, not this generation.
Me. So. We're in.
This is TheNAT, and we're back. We got some live footage of a woman actually being eaten by a shark. First it ripped her leg. What?
Doesn't sound real to me. We are at Little
Harbor.
Oh, Little Harbor. Why can't I remember that name? Little Harbor. It's amazing.
What can you remember? That's what question everybody's going to ask.
Lack of vitamin D and vitamin B. Get yours.
Get more.
I know. So we're sitting at this little place. We're sitting in some Adirondack chairs facing where people come and sit and watch the sunset. We were told the best time to come back is 6 to 9 because they have some amazing music. Live bands. They got a fire pit out here. They got the ocean view.
You're allowed to throw your trash anywhere you want. Apparently, you see trash a lot of places.
Did it go back and forth? I don't know. So. People are out here swimming, they're got jet skis, they're hanging out at the beach. It is really flipping hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
And humid. Today's humidity is 96%.
This is a rainy
and 90
season.
degrees.
Yeah, this
is our rainy season. It hasn't even rained yet. But they've got lights strung everywhere so they could have lights out here. It's just really amazing. Is it actually facing us or facing the other side?
Breaking news at TheNAT. It's
Squirrel.
hot.
Squirrel.
It's hot.
We decided we're going to become meteorologists, and every day we're going to say it's hot.
Cracking?
Yeah.
Is it going to fall apart on me? I'm going to be a.
You're going to be a statistic.
You're
going to be an Adirondack
Sunset
chair
Bar and Grill
statistic.
takes another old dude.
No, Adirondack statistics.
Statistic.
No, statistic.
No, statistic.
You tell us below. Even if you type it out, I'll still say.
Just say the dude's right.
Yeah.
She's used to it. And you know what? I like to get my face in there because everybody wants to see me.
Everybody did a little bit of.
Just not my gut though. Just my face.
Really?
Just kidding.
So anyway, we're hanging out. We're having a good time.
Sure,
we're enjoying it here. It's nice. We got a good breeze, so it's like cuts down the air a little bit because we're by the water, which makes it amazing. However, it's still hot. It's really hot.
Saw some fish, saw a stingray on out here on the pier a little bit. Not on the pier, it was swimming in the water, of course.
It jumped on the pier. Oh, and we also decided that because they don't have any fences around the pier, that a shark could actually jump up over the pier, eat you, and go back into the water and still be okay because he won't eat your
Only you can train a shark to do that. Imagine.
Can you imagine? That would be like totally freaky.
That'd be the freakiest shark to hunt down.
And I want to get that one on video because that would be fun to see.
It
wouldn't be fun. I feel sorry for the person that gets eaten. But hey, the sun's beating down on me. I'm starting to burn.
I like to taste the shark. I'll be eating back.
I'm starting to burn.
I'll be fighting back. Very biteful.
I'm really starting to burn. It's hot. So, we decided also that they put us in Windy Alley for dinner because we were the only ones with our hair blowing all over the place. Everybody else either had way too much hairspray or was not so windy. And then we also decided that sometimes a beach bar and grill is not the place to eat if you don't want to see everybody in their little tiny itty bitty bikinis. But hey, you get the ocean and the water and the beach. What do you think?
I know that I will never ever be out in front of a bar and grill in swimming trunks, sitting there, standing in front of all the people eating. I just wouldn't do that. That's a lot of places.
Neither.
A lot of places do. That's fine. You know, some people are a train wreck like myself. And
okay, then I'm beyond a train wreck.
I don't want to see it, so I don't want, hey, I have a hard enough time looking in the mirror,
Yeah, I ain't so pretty in a bathing suit either.
Once I've gotten older and fatter.
We're in our 50s. Our metabolism not even only just gave up, it said hottie ass and we're out of here and we don't even want to have nothing to do with you and gave up. We exercise, we walk, we do trails, you've seen. It's in our videos. But it doesn't always work when you're older.
Now your metabolism slows down. You have to do twice as much work.
And it ain't worth it in this heat.
And then you start eating like birds and you still gain weight.
And it ain't worth it in this heat.
I mean, I don't eat half as much as I used to eat when I was in my 20s and 30s, but now I eat like 3 or 4 bites. I'm already feeling full, but yeah, I'm still gaining weight.
And we're lucky if we eat even 2 meals a day.
Okay, enough with the friggin' diet program.
Yeah, we're over that.
We
passed that a long time ago. So anyway, this is our Adirondack chair talk, and it is now over.